All right, now let's get some perspective on what the offer in this video would mean and what the movements mean and what the future holds, okay? Israeli Special Operations veteran Aaron Cohen. His firm Cherries trains law enforcement in counterterrorism all over. Thank you for joining us.
Good to see you, Chris.
What do you make of this suggestion of a prison swap? I thought it was interesting in the video, Aaron, no mention of a ceasefire by the hostages, but they were asking that there should be a swap considered. Is that something that should be considered at this point?
Well, obviously, Israel is going to be open to getting its hostages released. That's the first priority. We've discussed that multiple times on your program. But the truth is, Chris, you're dealing with an organization here that isn't serious about anything other than destruction. That's my opinion. I'm going to tell you why. I think what you're seeing here with the video with the Israeli women that Hamas released, what that's doing is it's showing that Hamas is being choked. That means that Israel's aggression, attacks, ongoing operations, killing dozens and dozens of terrorist leaders, not just in Gaza, but Israel's reaching out into Syria, and I wouldn't be surprised, Chris, if they're reaching even farther out. What you're seeing right now is Israel conducting what it has to do, which is getting after it and preempting is the word I'm going to use. It was the same thing that happened in '67. Israel needs to rely on its preemptive capabilities in order to be able to carry out its total macro operational goal here, which is, and let me make this really clear, Israel is on an operation right now with one single goal in mind, and that is the total destruction of Hamas. The cell phones completely cut off, the power completely cut off. Sure, it's creating a crisis right now. Israel has no beef with the Palestinian people. I can tell you that because I've been through this training and I've gone through extraneous levels of training to be able to avoid having my barrel anywhere near a civilian. It's very real. And so Israel right now is focused on the total dismantle and destruction of Hamas, with the first priority, again, and we've talked about this, releasing those hostages. Israel has already conducted a hostage rescue operation. That information was released by the Israeli censor just several hours ago, earlier today. They rescued an IDF soldier who was taken into Gaza. That operation was conducted by one of their special operations units. I don't have the exact details of it, but it's viable, it's credible, and that's one down. And Israel is in the business of preserving life, Chris. You know where I stand with this? And you're going to see much, much more of this hostage rescue operations in action.
Do you know if the soldier who was reclaimed is okay, alive and well?
I believe that she's fine. I believe that there's video that's already been released, along with the video of the Israeli German citizen who was seen in the back of that pickup truck, who we now know has been killed. Yeah, she's been beheaded, according to my source, according to multiple sources. And that's the problem, and that's me directing this this next answer to your last guest, who I feel terrible for. The fact is that Hamas is in the position to systematically kill whoever they need to kill, and they've already done so. And in the hostage rescue business, Chris, we have two ways that we deal with this. We'll stand back and plan and wait to see if we can get those hostages released by negotiations, which we use to buy time and develop intelligence. However, as we're seeing here, the moment that those civilians start getting killed is when action needs to be initiated. So Israel has to have plans and preparations to be able to hit hostages who are going to be held in multiple locations, and those hits may be at the same time. They may be individually executed as we get intelligence. And so the General Staff Reconnaissance Unit, that Seyret Matkal unit that we discussed, the Yamam, this is nonstop. This is every one of these operations, Chris, is a single creative endeavor that has to be sprung on the moment there's actionable intel. And that's happening simultaneously with this Gaza incursion. By the way, Chris, the Gaza incursion, it started 2.5 weeks ago when we first started talking. This is counterterrorism, which means leaning on special operations units. Nobody's going to be pushing 300,000 troops into Gaza. We don't want to risk one Israeli life for these terrorists. However, the hostages are the priority, and so are the Palestinian people.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.